Hello everyone, Firemac here, and welcome back to my Endwalker playthrough. And yeah, we're just gonna continue on, man. We don't have time to dawdle. No good deed. Now that the fire has burned out, Jullus is ready to move on. Alright, now that you've recovered from your escapades in the pond, there's another location I'd like to search, just outside the park. Oh yeah. Would happen to be where that other player is. Hey, close by. Getting closer to the next ether current. Everything was built on an enormous scale, and with thick, cleanly cut stone, much like Amarat. Given what we now know, such similarities are no coincidence. The War Machina appears to be patrolling the area of its own volition. I wonder whether it's simply following its original orders, or just now serves the Talafaroi. As you can see, this place is littered with the remnants of various types of War Machina. Where my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks of less damaged units, those that took a more severe beating are harder to scavenge. We decided to save those for another time. That time being now. Rather than prise them apart piece by piece, it would be quicker to remove the outer casing using compact explosives. With luck, we'll gain access to the tanks without disrupting them. Though the force generated by these devices is relatively weak, I would advise you stand well clear to avoid being hit by any shrapnel. Before even bothering, though, you should check the Machina Cerulean gauge to see if there's any left. It should still provide an accurate reading, even with the unit itself. Even with the unit itself is inactive. If the gauge is broken, you'll need. I'll let you decide whether to use an explosive or not. Should you need more, come to me. Understood. Let's get to work. According to the certain gauge, this unit's fuel tank is empty. After successfully removing the War Machina's outer casing and retrieving the certain tank, you find it to be completely empty. The certain gauge on this unit appears to be broken, giving you no way to determine how much fuel it may hold. After successfully removing the War Machina's outer casing and retrieving the certain tank, you find it completely empty. Really? You need to ask Jullus for more explosive. Oh, of course. Freaking whatever, man. Give me the goods. Need some more here. I have a fair amount of explosives to spare today, but tomorrow's another story. We can't afford to waste them on units with nothing to offer, so be sure to check the gauge first. Of course, if the gauge is damaged, up to you to make the call. Okay, I get it. So I'm not supposed to just use it on every single one. You know, that's basically what they told me before. I didn't think it'd matter. You know, sometimes it's just, it really doesn't matter with these quests. Serum gauge on this unit appears to have been broken, giving you no way to determine how much fuel it may hold. It's completely empty. Cool. We're not finding anything. The certain gauge on this unit appears to have been broken, giving you no way to determine how much fuel it may hold. Another broken gauge, huh? You retrieve the War Machina Cerulean tank to find it is still half full or half empty, depending on one's perspective. Either way, Jullus will surely be pleased by your discovery. Here you go, Jullus. I'm here with the goods, man. I'm here with the goods. I got the goods. More explosive. Wait, is that what I think it is? Yeah. You've done it again. Truly, luck is on your side. With this, we should be able to refuel quite a few of our heaters. It's time we headed back. Wait here while I go and see how Alizé and Alphino are faring. Oh, it's time to wait. Give me time to sip my Coke. Uh-oh.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we?
Oh, thank her. What's up?
Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen.
Okay.
After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything.
Okay. So it's like this, bro. They were like, yo, we need to do stuff.
Gatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise.
Wow. You said so much better than I did.
This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage.
Yeah. Imagine that.
For now, this will have to suffice.
Yeah.
We should return to the station.
So is Stanker just like standing right next to us, or is he like a little distance away, or is he talking to us by Link Pro? I don't entirely know. No, it wasn't Link Pro. We had the little box.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile.
Savages, of course. Love to call us savages.
It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question. Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Jullus spoke?
Finished your war, Council?
You didn't like what happened.
Alphino and Alize are to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil.
Oh, you idiots. Freaking idiots. I swear to
Until our
God.
terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Do as he says. You can tell
Get
he
them
doesn't-
out of here.
You can tell he doesn't agree with this. Alphino and Alize will be fine, providing they do not resist. Alia lacta est. Once again, Jullus has been entrusted with an unenviable task. You will accompany back to your camp, where I will meet with your leader and present Lord Quintus's demands. Before we depart, however, there is something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, the supplies they surrender will need to be transported here. That task falls to Legionaries Marcellinus and Octavia, who will pilot Magitech armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them that we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask the eel. What? Eel? I think that's eel. It's supposed to be eel? Maybe. So to ask the eel for further details in those words. Once you've seen to that, meet me Meet me by the exit. You again. Ask the eel, he said. So that's to be the way of it, after all this. How ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. If those are my orders, then so be it, for the glory of Garlemald. What do you want with me? Asked the eel. So Lord Quintus has reached a decision. I knew he would understand, that he would recognize the savage as a ruthless, merciless creature, and to defeat him we too must be uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of Emperor Varus, for the glory of Garlemald, I will fulfill my duty! I don't like where this is going. Why do I feel like all those people are about to die? Oh. It's a little ominous. There's like zero music, it's just straight silence. Decides to win. Have you done as instructed? Your duties involve more than transportation supplies, don't they? Let's go with that first one. Duty is rarely a simple thing. We have been given additional orders, though. Though whether we will be required to follow them depends entirely on your contingent. You and I are in this together now. Like it or not, we have to cooperate. There is one other matter. A place I'd like to visit on the way to your camp. There's a short walk from here. Follow me. Might work. It's right there. I can probably sneak in getting this Aether Current. Maybe? What do you guys think? Think I can sneak it in? I'm gonna try to sneak it in. Ah, I can't see nothing. I'm gonna go with maybe not, because seems a really roundabout way to get around here. It seems to be behind these walls. Oh, 188 miles yourself. Self? Go away, Death Machine. Ah, no, god damn it. Nah. You asked for this. Give me a moment, please. Jullus lingers by the ruins, reluctant to leave and reluctant to stay, unable to move on. I think they're preparing to kill themselves. Seems like. I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting.
This is my home. Our home.
Oh boy.
At least it was, until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate. When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to. I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen. A red link at its center. The blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us? I'm sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
It's no use.
Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But he wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
It's so cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people. One race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum. Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos, searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics, to see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alisaie.
They're too cute, man. Estinian!
The scouts have secured Alisaie and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
Don't do it, Jullus.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Don't do it, Jullus. Don't do it, man.
Ambush!
More are coming! Make ready!
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return! Stop, both of you!
Well, this is a surprise.
This child
This is a
may be the
surprise.
worst emissary I've ever seen.
Sorry, I was. Oh, God, I was getting emotional.
Received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea.
Hold on, I got emotional trying to get that out. Stuff like that gets me all excited. I get a little teary. I get emotional, okay? Okay.
Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies! Every word!
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
So it was the ill.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision.
So they will finally see reason. Thank goodness.
Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
No, are you gonna kill yourself? No. Someone stop him. You're that convicted to that original ideal. That much.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
Oh no.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Oh no. Oh, damn it. Oh. Fuck. Fuck. Just give me a moment. That hit hard. Oh. Fuck. I didn't. Thank goodness the 10th Legion decided to sue for peace when they did. We have been spared more senseless bloodshed, which is the last thing anyone, including the First, needs. From their perspective, though, the promise of reinforcements was their last hope, and now they have no choice but to capitulate to the invaders. But we will prove to them that all is not lost. We yet stand a chance of casting out the Telophoroi. Even with their empire in ruins, the Garlands have not lost the will to fight. The strength shall serve them in days to come. There's yet life in this cold soil. As you can see, I can't even do voices right now. Oh. Crap. It was a grave effort not to post sentries farther from the camp. Had we seen the Garlands sooner, we could have slain them long before the truce was called. They engaged us of their own free will, and deserve to die a warrior's deaths. Even so, I have not forgotten why we are here, and I will stay my hand for now. Well, thank you, Sadu. I've just returned from guarding the airships, and now I've just got to keep an eye on the captured Imperials. Maybe a bit of chit-chat will help lighten the mood. When the Imperials charged upon us, we were able to avoid any serious injuries on either side. In truth, most of the Garlands were in no condition to fight. Sunken eyes, hollow cheeks. It must have been a long time since they have had a decent meal. I'm sure they'll be much more amenable to conversation with their food in their bellies. We will make no attempt to resist. Much and more has occurred since last we've met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak to Lord Quintus. Oh man, he... Damn! Strange bedfellows. With the immediate crisis averted, Lucia seeks to gain a clear understanding of the present situation. Before we proceed, tell me what you know of the First Legion and the disposition of their forces. They were preparing for war while the refugees in their care were left to go hungry? A reckless, short-sighted plan that risked the welfare of the people they are sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we are to arrive in a force with an intent to do so, we would only incite panic, but perhaps they can be persuaded to follow one of their own. Go with Jullus back to the station and have him lead the refugees here. Some may be unwilling or unable to leave, but for the time being, I'll take what I can. I'll take what I can get. Alphino, Alize, and the scouts sent to extricate them should already be at the station. I will also have our other comrades in the area lend their support, should it be needed. Understood. Oh, man. Oh, why? I don't want to go back. There's a blue quest here, by the way. I told you guys I'd do the blue quests on recording, but not the other ones. Rimmel in pursuit of power. Rimmel no. It might be Rimmel no. Rimmel no would like your opinion on something. Just who I was looking for. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Rimmel of Ishgard. I've been put in charge of your arrangement in Tapper's Den, you see. However, the very first of the Tappers have come buried Cerulean has asked quite a lot of us, if I do say so. They wish to help in getting the Juturna Platform G up and running. The very same platform that's at the head of the Imperial's primal energy pipeline. What's more, he's a Garlean. I was convinced only engineers left in Tapper's Den were from conquered territories. In any case, I'm not qualified to judge the motives of the man. I'd feel much more at ease if I had someone of your experience helping to make the call. I thank you for your willingness to assist. Let us go speak with the Tapper in question. He's a man by the name of Appius. Do I have to go all the way over there? Also, I know I accepted it as a paladin, but I hope it'll let me switch to my summoner. Because, I forgot, I don't want to give any side quest experience to my paladin right now. I suppose you must be the friend Rimmel wanted to fetch. You have my thanks for getting him to agree to my proposal. Do not misunderstand. I have yet to agree to any such thing. I merely wanted someone else to present during our talk. Someone else present during our talk. Okay. Very well. Though I do believe my proffered deal would be a boon to us and the Ilzabar contingent alike. I used to work on Juturna Platform G, you see? So I know more than most about the facility and its operation. That may be so, but your relationship to the facility notwithstanding, why should a Garlean such as yourself still be taking refuge in Tapper's Den? We've been led to believe that the former workers residing there were from other territories. You're right on the technicality. I was a supervisor rather than your typical staff. When the platform went down, it only seemed right that I stay with my crew. I always thought we were close, but living alongside them in Tamper's Den has made me realize that I took them and their skills for granted. And that's to say nothing of the blind eye I turned to their struggles. That's why I came to you, and it's high time I be of something real use to them and everyone else, if we're lucky. If we manage to get the platform back in working order, it'll dramatically increase our capacity to pump and provide ceruleum for everyone in the region. Sadly, we're more than a few hands short of a full workforce, not to mention the lack of supplies, which is precisely where you come in. Help us get things up and running again, and you'll have your share of the cerulean coming out of the rig. You couldn't come up with a more mutually beneficial arrangement if you tried. So he says, what do you think? He seems trustworthy to me, I guess. Yes, I've been leaning the same way myself. Ultimately, what he says about the potential benefits is true. Nevertheless, I doubt the higher-ups would assent to this. I suppose that is how it goes when you're dealing with military types. For what it's worth, I do understand the hesitancy to throw your lot in with someone from a hostile nation. Thus, part 2 of my proposal. I shall do a service to prove myself worthy of the contingent's trust. I had a look around the fringes of your camp here before you arrived, and I spotted a few ceruleum engines in need of repair. If I fix them up, your superiors would have no reason to suspect that I want to see you driven out. Less reason in any case. Assisting us with use of local technology would go a long way. I'd imagine. That said, I've not heard anything about the ceruleum engines we've scavenged breaking down. It's not as if they're entirely useless yet, but I guarantee they're not running as they should. Give me the opportunity, and I can have them working more efficiently and safely. You're welcome to accompany while I do so. That way, you can ensure that I don't get up to anything suspect, and then vouch for me with your superiors. I have no objections. I trust you'll sense anything amiss. Yeah. Let's begin with a proper inspection then. We can get to work as soon as you're ready, Firemac. Though the ultimate objective is to get the engine running at full capacity, the purpose of this inspection is to work out the parts we'll need. However, I would hate to fumble something and be accused of sabotage, so I'd appreciate it if you could be the one to lay hands on the devices. Never fear, I'll be right behind you, telling you what to look for. If we inspect, say, 3 of them, we should have a decent idea what needs repair. Lead the way. Okay, so accompany me, cool. Where are we going? As much as I would like to accept those quests right now, I can't. Not while I'm recording. Okay. I doubt there's any. Oh, well, I take that back. There's definitely some inside buildings. Nothing over here? Oh, there it is. Praise be to your deft hands. I have an idea what our next step ought to be. Though perhaps it'd be best to apprise Rummelno of our progress first. No, my chocobo. Some of my carbon too. Yeah, get that rated ages. how are our engines? How are our engines? Alas, I fear that each of those we examined are guaranteed to break down sooner or later should you continue using them in their current state. Surely you jest! I swear on my integrity as an engineer, you are in dire need of instruction in the proper operation of cerulean engines. You saw the little lamp light up when you touched the switch, correct? That only illuminates when there's an issue with the engine. They were switched off for want of fuel when a settlement was abandoned, no doubt, which prevented them burning out, only to let them free solid instead. Area lot turned them on. From the state they're in, I can only assume it didn't occur to you to warm them up first. I noticed you have heating technology of your own, but it will do you no good should the engines to power them break. Now will it? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain from my assistance. I'm a machinist from Frozen Climes myself, and what you say sounds plausible enough. Very well, on behalf of the camp, I firmly ask you to repair the cerulean engines. I suppose that means I'll be taking the responsibility if anything goes wrong, so you may as well use your own two hands this time. That's the spirit. I knew you'd come around. Yay. Well, let's continue the side quest, because, you know, it's its own thing. Romano perhaps requires some thawing. You become more excited. Will you indeed require additional parts to perform your repairs? I cannot say I spotted any likely spares while setting up the camp. It's so good to have a quick-thinking machinist like yourself on my side. Also, it did let me accept the experience as summoner. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but yeah. No amount of flattery will convince me to take you to my superiors, or we have physical proof of your good intentions. Now, focus, please. Are spare parts required, yes or no? Yes, you're awfully tense about the shoulders. Did you know that? I will be needing replacement carburetor for one of the engines. Fortunately, the same sort of engines were in use at monitoring station G. Last I checked, we ought to be able to find what we need there. After I've swapped out faulty part and made my other repairs, I'll warm the engines up properly. That should clear any sort of residue and allow them to run at full capacity once more. With that in mind, I want to start taking things apart. Can you fetch this carburetor for me? Do you even know what a carburetor is? He's a bona fide hero, you know. You can't just ask him to do your bidding, and rudely at that. No idea, but leave it to me. If you're certain, you will need to look for some sort of tube connected to the Cerulean's engine core. Many Magitek devices utilize them. Where the heck are we going? Oh, over there. Okay. So long trip times. So how's everyone doing? Yeah, it's almost time for this episode to end. You guys noticed that? That's a long ways away. I think we have all the Aether Currents that are down here. I think all the other future Aether Currents are beyond that wall. I think. Because let's look at our situation with that. Okay, I'm missing 4. And I think all 4 of them are over there. The so-called carburetor appears to have seen better days. Perhaps another cerulean engine has a nicer one. Oh, there's multiples. Woo! the same message. What about this one? Oh, this one's taking a while to interact with. Maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one I said. The carburetor appears to be intact. Appius will know for certain. And the power of teleportation will just go straight back. Oh, I can't lean too far back. At least these quests are going quick. This is only, what, the second quest? And there's usually like just 4 of them, so like 2 more? It'll probably be longer. Not a moment too soon. Were you able to find an attack carburetor? Here you go. Here's my carburetor, dude. This will do it! Now Rum will know, and I can finish fixing up those edges in no time at all. Yeah. There. Everything's in order. These should be much more efficient, and you'll notice they've stopped making strange and ominous noises. Yeah. I must say, I am taken aback by your abundance of skill. Allow me to thank you on behalf of everyone here at Cap Broken Glass. Oh, the pleasure's all mine. Happy to be of service. You do seem genuine about that. Tell me, do you have some sort of connection to Camp Broken Glass? In a way, I hail from Laterum, as it happens. It was a village here, precisely where your camp is now, and acted as a checkpoint for those visiting the capital, but it was also the home to the Riggs' workers and our families. Obviously, much has happened since last I could call this place home, but in my heart of hearts, it will always be. I must apologize. We're effectively occupying your home, yet placed the full burden of proving good faith in our dealings with you, upon you. Oh no, I couldn't blame you for that. We hardly had a viable alternative to abandoning Laterum, knowing we could never defend ourselves against the wandering bands of maddened soldiers. But that reality is no more your fault than ours. Even if you vacated right this instant, I doubt many of us would return. We simply don't have the resources. Until Juturna Platform G is back and working order, that is. Truth be told, your presence here is what has me daring to hope. If you agree to help me now, there will come a day when the other survivors and I can come home. Fury above. I certainly can't turn you away now, and you've proven yourself with your work to this day. I have no lingering qualms about approaching my superiors and your proposal. Truly? Oh, I could kiss you! Oh, I dee do, dee da do. Oh. So that took a while. It's the hour mark. I guess I'll call it an episode here, but I'm not gonna stop the recording. So instead, what I'm gonna do is the following. This is Firemac saying toodles. See you next time.